What's up? Que pasa? How are you doing? I don't say hello. I don't say hi. I say, how are you doing? What does how are you doing mean in my reality? In my reality, how are you doing means what can I do to add value to your life? What changes do you need from me? How can I be of assistance? How can I serve you? A lot of people don't have this mentality. A lot of people say hi. This is me. My name is. What can I get from you? What can I take from you? See, when you get in that mentality, they say it's better to give than to receive. And I look at it as, even if you give, there's still a possibility of you taking. That's what a lot of people don't understand. But what I feel needs to be done in every person's life naturally is to give, is to heal. Dr. Teacher AaroniMoses, Osiris Mars. Everything I do, not everything, a lot of the things that I do are for the people. When I say, how are you doing? When I approach people, it's my natural response. I can't even say hi. I might say, hi, how are you doing? I might say, hello, how are you doing? But my natural response to an interaction with a stranger is, what can I do for you? What can I give to you? You want to give, it's better to give than receive. I don't look at situations like that. It's not Christmas, 365 days, but it is Halloween, 365 days of this week, of this year, excuse me. How are you doing? The first thing that I think when I approach somebody is trick or treat. What can I add? It's better to receive than to take, because you really don't have a choice in the matter. It's always going to be, what I read was, when two people interact, there's always going to be a follower and there's always going to be a leader. It's inevitable. It's never going to be equal, ever. And if you're the receiver, you have a one up, because at the end of the day, the taker has less value. And where this comes from, this is going to be a weird ass segue, but where this comes from is people not having enough appreciation in their life. And that's my third ether. You know, I got the earth, air, fire, water formula for business, manifestation, magic, whatever you need in your life, whatever you need to bring into this world, whatever you need to make real for yourself. What I always tell you, earth, air, fire, water. Water is the plan. Fire is the action. Air is the knowledge and the technology. And earth is the energy that you need to surround yourself with. And as far as that, I give you two more ethers, what I call my other two ethers. Meditation is one ether. Clarity is the second ether. But for this third one, appreciation. Now, what separates a person from having a good life and having a great life is appreciation. Perception of appreciation. POA. All right? And you can work this formula. You can work earth, air, fire, water, the first and second ether. You can you can put all of this into play without having appreciation. You totally can, and you'll be successful to a point. But if you don't appreciate, your battery will not fully be charged. All right. So the area that I lived in, the not even the area, the situation, the environment that I was living in, it was it was not up to my standard. And at the end of the day, I had to realize that I'm not sleeping under a bridge. I'm not in prison. I'm not um, doing all these other things that would make my situation better. I mean, worse. I'm sorry. I'm pulling up my list because I started this video very sporadically. I just, the source hit me. But appreciation builds a certain flow that just taps into these channels of abundance that nobody can destroy, no matter what. And when you have these bridges and these connections, no really better way of saying it, it's something that nobody can tap into because it's something that's personal. Not only is it something that's personal to you, it's something that is forever flowing. All right. So the thing about appreciation is lack of appreciation creates desperation. And when you're desperate, you attract like. When you're anything, you attract that same situation. Now, I'm going to give you this. I was downtown going to a survey, downtown Chicago, and I ran into a man. I think I was close to Michigan, South Michigan, and I was going to a Subway. I think it was across from a 7-Eleven. I'm not exactly sure. I don't remember. It was a little while ago. But he walked up to me. I walked past him. I was going into Subway, and he was like, "Hey, buy my mixtape." Blah 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 blah. Wasn't really trying to sell it to me, and my response was, "Bro, I never heard of you. I don't know who you are. You're not out here with your speakers or even playing this shit on your phone, or even like, hey, let me stop you. Let me just rap something for you. See if you like it. If you like it, I got my mixtape here. This is what we're doing. I would like your investment. Just think of yourself as a mini investor in my endeavor. It would be, he didn't do any of that. He just said whatever the fuck he said. It doesn't matter because he wasn't selling it to me. He was begging. All right. So my response was what it was, and his response was, I know you're an artist. However, he figured that out. I mean, I had a nose ring in my nose, a big ass nose ring. I was dressed a certain way, I was probably a little swaggy. He's like, "You're an artist. I know you're an artist, and you're out here degrading me for my hustle, and this is how I feed my kids." And I'm just thinking, you're a beggar right now, bro. You're a beggar. You're not selling me shit. I don't feel bad for not want to buy your shit every word that you fucking say after what you're saying right now, second after second. And basically he was just telling me that if I don't buy his mixtape, he has kids and blah. And I'm just like, you're begging me. You're begging me for $5, and in exchange for this $5, you're gonna give me this mixtape. Now, side note: if you're a rapper, if you're up and coming, such as myself and such as this young man, that's a horrible marketing scheme or plan, because he wasn't selling me his mixtape. He wasn't making it appealing. He wasn't building a rapport. He wasn't connecting with me emotionally. He was begging me for $5, and for this $5, I'm gonna hook you up with this hot ass mixtape. Now I'm sure that he spent hundreds, if not thousands of dollars on this mixtape. But don't make me pay for your mistakes. And that's something that appreciation will not let you do. If you appreciate your life, you will not make other people pay for the mistakes that you've made. You will not make people feel like they're a bad person if they don't invest in your destructive lifestyle. No, I could have went to college. I spent thousands of dollars on this mixtape. Oh, and the next mixtape, oh damn. And the next album coming out, instead of paying money to go to college, $2,500 for 16 college credit hours for about 6 months to a year to learn a simple trade, welding, anything, business management, medical assistant, office business management, whatever it is, you're making me pay for your mistakes. I equate that person to the needy, dick sucking cheerleader that sucks everybody's dick because she needs everybody to like her, and if I can get people to like me, I can get them to do whatever I want. That's what that motherfucker was doing, bro. That comes from a place of scarcity. You're desperate. You're making other people pay for your mistakes. That's appreciation devalue. You don't give a shit about what's going on in your life. You just want to take and take and take and take and suck and suck and swallow and think people are gonna reciprocate. No, there's no reciprocation for that. There's no reciprocation for scarcity. The reciprocation for scarcity is death. You know what people in scarcity do? They rob, they kill, they murder, they slaughter. They do things that are not adding value to society. You're not on Assassin's Creed. You're not Van Helsing, my dude. You're just sucking the blood out of people with your scarcity. And one thing, if you watch the video that I made a video about scarcity and abundance. The thing about scarcity is you acting on scarcity makes you do things that desperate people do, that don't last long, that don't have any insurance policy, that don't guarantee anything. When you're in abundance, you do things that are high vibrational that you can get to give to people. Only people in abundance serve. Nobody in scarcity serves. If you sell drugs and you call yourself serving people, unless you're giving that shit away for free, then you're not serving people. You're in a state of scarcity. You're doing some illegal shit. If you sell weed and you're in one of those, decriminalized, legalized weed states, and you sell drugs, you're in abundance or scarcity. I'm not sure. But if you're not in one of those states and you're selling drugs, or you're selling cocaine, or you're selling whatever the fuck it is, you're in a state of scarcity. You're taking your source energy from a negative place, and there's only you get the instant gratification, but it's with death. It's with death energy, and you don't have a choice but to die when you take that into you. Unless you are a real generator or a real converter. And when I say real, I mean real. Not Tupac trying to make $1 out of 15 cents. That's not what I'm talking about. I'm talking about like some Robin Hood, Super Saiyan 3 Robin Hood type shit. Alright? So, next, as far as appreciation, what appreciation does for you, instead of making you a dick-eating dog, it gives you the permission to ignore the ignorance. And I always tell people, if you're depressed, if you're sad, do what happy people do. If you are starving and this is your last $5 and you got 3 kids, appreciate it. Ignore the ignorance. Do what happy people do. You don't have a choice. You You could break into somebody's house. If you're not a felon, if you don't have anything on your record, you might get a year probation, or you might do 2 years in the joint. One of the two. Or you might get away. Somebody might jump you because that was their grandma's house. Or nobody may ever find out. And something still bad happens to you. Because you didn't feel good about what you were doing. Because you're not really a bad person. If you're a sociopath, if you're a psychopath, if you have borderline personality disorder, and that's just not going to hurt you at all, you're not going to feel anything. I mean, that's not what I'm talking about. You know how you feel about it. But appreciation helps you not do dumb shit like that. Appreciation, what is the hood made out of? The hood is not constructed of appreciative people who just love where they live and just shoot people because it's an accident, because they were so drunk from their celebration they thought it was the 4th of July. The hood is made out of ignorance. Poverty breeds ignorance. Poverty, financial poverty, any kind of poverty breeds ignorance. What do ignorant people do? Ignorant people do what desperate motherfuckers do. There might be some intelligent shit, but ignorant people live in an impoverished state. And a lot of impoverished people from the hood, I'm not saying everybody. A lot of people think that crime breeds poverty. Crime doesn't breed poverty. Crime breeds creative people in creative situations with not a lot of resources. Ignorance breeds poverty, and ignorance breeds crime. A lot more rich people commit crimes than you think because they can wash it away with money flow. Anyway, next. If you don't appreciate and you're desperate, it's inevitable that you're needy. What happens to needy people? Why is needy not the thing to be? Needy is not the thing to be because there was a whole bunch of needy motherfuckers in this world. Billions of them. Millions, hundreds of millions. Let's not say billions. There was hundreds of millions of needy ass people with needy ass genes that just needed. I just need. And guess what happened? Those motherfuckers got killed. They got raped. They got robbed. They got pillaged. They got fucked up. Needy is not in people's genes anymore. Not as much. Not as strong. Now, there is a piece of your genetics in everybody's genetics. Whether you're subhuman or a half a god or a demigod, whatever the fuck, you need somebody's attention eventually. Because after 4 days of not having any human contact, after a certain amount of time of lack of meditation, a lack of focus, lack of using the imagination, you will go clinically insane. So everybody needs to express their emotions and have somebody respond to them emotionally. Even if you have a plant, even if you have a little roach, even if you have anything, something responding to your emotional state. And it has been washed away and shunned and eradicated that much that it's not that strong in the human gene pool. But at the same time, nobody wants a needy person. You're made of the universe. The universe, the universal mind, God, whoever. This energy does not respond to neediness and scarcity how people think. Oh, it's trap or die. It's trap or die. Where you live, how you live is how you die, though. So if you want to be in trap or die mode 24/7, you wake up, try to get the first bowl of cereal, try to get the last fork that's clean, blah, blah, blah. Whatever the case is, neediness is never responded with positivity, ever. Alright, so next, that's all I have on my list. But what I'm saying is, your mantra Our mantra for the week is no love, show love, grow love. Grow love, show love, no love. Grow love, show love, no love. I grow love, I show love, and I know love. I grow it, I grow love. When I go into an environment, I boost the energy that motivates love in the room. I show love. When I introduce myself to an environment, I recognize that there is love. I acknowledge that there's love. And I recycle it. I bring it back to the environment. I know love. When I introduce myself to an environment, I acknowledge love around me and love in myself. That's what I show love, I grow love, and I know love means. And if you need some self-love, if you need some more positivity, if you need some good stuff happening in your life, let that buzz in your brain all day. And the good thing about this mantra is that all of it rhymes, so there's no wrong way that you can say it. But my advice to you is to program each of those pieces in your own way. I show love. I am the type of person that receives and that creates love in every environment. I grow love. I am the type of person that makes it inevitable to feel good. I know love. I recognize love inside of myself, and I recognize love inside of other people. So if you want to do an exercise like that, you can do that. I would say maybe the fourth or fifth time you may want to write this down. Write these things down. I show love, bullet point, bullet point, bullet point. I show love. I feel love inside me. I give love to other people. I grow love. It is impossible not to love me. It is impossible for me to not display love. And I know love. I accept love as my truth. And my truth to everyone that I express is love. You know, something like that. But appreciation is really the key to survival. And like I said before, you don't have to, you can be successful. My dryer broke. You can be successful without appreciating. You definitely can. A lot of people have been like that. But it's an energy that you can use at any time. It's free. It's a motivating energy. It makes you feel fucking happy. It makes you feel good. And it puts all of these things into play. If you appreciate something, each element of these other things are going to become supercharged, bro. Earth, air, fire, water, ether 1 and ether 2 are going to be supercharged. If you appreciate some shit, your plan may take a whole different direction. Like when I get in the studio. I say the hook. I built the hook. It might not be exactly what I want it to be, but I still do my dance to it. I still turn up to it. I still feel good about it. That love comes back to me and I get a little peace. Then I re-record everything and everything's totally different. This happens a lot. Your action. If you appreciate something new, something else, great example, my son. Your whole plan changes. If you appreciate some new shit, your whole source of knowledge and source of technology and sense of technology can change. And if you appreciate the energy that surrounds you, you get more of it. And if you appreciate all these other things, your sense of clarity deepens. And if you appreciate your sense of clarity, your meditation deepens. And when you appreciate all those things together, your sense of appreciation deepens. Appreciation is a part of your health. Your health is your wealth. Your wealth is in your health. Appreciation just makes you a healthier fucking person altogether. Appreciation is dope. There's a downside to appreciation, but I want you to discover that. You don't know what the downside of appreciation is unless you act on it. And if you don't act on appreciation, you're not really appreciative. And you need to change your fucking lifestyle. If you are homeless, at least I'm not dead. At least I get to look at all these people. At least I get to see all this beautiful scenery. At least I get fresh ass air. At least I'm outside. I'm not in jail. If you're in jail, at least I'm just in county. At least all these other things. If you're not in jail, if you're in prison, at least I'm not in jail or prison for life. At least I'm not in jail or prison for a sexual offense or some shit that would get me fucking punched up and violated every day. At least you're not in prison for life. At least, even if you are in prison for life, at least I'm not getting a death penalty if you don't want to die. If you are getting a death penalty, at least, it can always be worse. And it's always going to be worse if you don't acknowledge that it can always be worse. If you want to be a negative ass motherfucker, yeah, it can always be worse. I could be getting raped in my ass right now. I could be blah, blah. I could be in a third world country. If you're a positive ass person, at least then go up. At least then go higher. Then at least then go